Right, so here we are back. The Mets are now in the 8th inning. So if you're watching, starting this video, the Mets were down 1-0 in this game to Zach Wheeler and Kyle Schwarber with a leadoff home run in the first inning of Kodai Senga. But then the Phillies, there's so much happened in this game, even though it was a 1-0 game. The Phillies manager, they finally took out Zach Wheeler, and the Mets went to work in the 8th inning. It started with a single by Francisco Alvarez. Harrison Bader came in to pinch run for him. Then there was a big walk by Francisco Lindor, who had a very good game. He made a really great play early in the game. It's going to be kind of forgotten. And then Mark Vientos had a good at-bat. All the at-bats the Mets had in this so far in the 8th inning, every player was down in the count. Mark Vientos hit a double down the left field line, and that scored Bader. Then Brandon Nimmo got a single, which I understand why the Phillies boo him all the time. He kills the Phillies. I went down there last month, and they booed him louder than anybody, more than Francisco Lindor and Pete. And then Pete had a big at-bat. He was behind the count, too. And he, hold on a second, drove in a run with an RBI sacrifice fly. And of course, right now, we have, and then Jose Iglesias had a big at-bat. And he got a single. Now, J.D. Martinez is now pinch hitting for Jesse Winker. Had a really interesting game. He actually had a good game. Had 2 walks. The only one that really had very effective walks and at-bats against Zach Wheeler. So here we go. Let's watch this a little bit. Single! Look at that! Single by J.D. Martinez. Here comes Nimmo. Yeah! Nice. RBI single by J.D. Martinez. Nice. I'll tell you, watching this game, folks, and if you are old enough, the way the Mets have gone about this inning, this is like the 90s Yankees. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. I feel bad to say it. But the way they're attacking the Phillies bullpen is exactly how the Yankees used to attack teams. And that bullpen, I think everybody was excited when they took Wheeler out. Boy, they just destroyed this bullpen so far. Hold on, I need a drink. Look. Now Starlin Marte's up. There's going to be some moves when the Mets get back on the field. Ball 2 just to Marte. Yeah, so Kodai Senga pitched 2 innings in this game. He threw 31 pitches after... and he pitched, let me go down. He had 1 hit, which is the home run to Schwarber, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. He looked pretty good in the 2 innings. Fly ball to left center field. Caught by the center fielder, Jose Iglesias. Now he's scoring. Mets are now winning 5-1. Wow. Mets had great at-bats in this whole inning. One big at-bat after another. Incredible. Great work by the Mets, really. 4+ run innings most this season, including the postseason. 56 by the Mets. Wow. Mets have been great. This whole week, they've been excellent. But Kodai Senga pitched like he started the game. Mets going to be batting around this inning. Tyrone Taylor's now up. He had bad at-bats in this game. But his last at-bat was a good at-bat. It got, which was the last batter of Zach Wheeler's game. But then David Peterson came in, pop up to Realmuto. 3 outs. Mets scored 5 runs against the Philly bullpen. Wow. Unbelievable. Continue to do a great job by the Mets. Wow. So the Mets are now winning 5-1 against what is supposed to be one of the best teams in the National League. And the Philadelphia Phillies. I predicted before the season that the Phillies would go to the World Series. They would play the Orioles. The Orioles, as you know, got sent home by the Tigers. I believe the Tigers. But then David Peterson came in the 3rd inning. He pitched 3 very good innings. Let me see what I got about him. 3 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. A rather interesting note in the middle of this game. Home plate umpire Andy Fletcher had a terrible game. So we'll see how he's able to finish out this game for both sides, because his calling of balls and strikes was really bad. And I was Googling him before coming on here. He has had a rather interesting history over the last 6 months, so not very good. And then for the last 2 innings, Reed Garrett, so far he's on the long side of this game. Pitched 2 very effective innings so far. We'll see if he comes out for the 5th. They did have Phil Maytone up in the 8th inning, warming up. So we'll see. He's probably going to come in to pitch the 8th inning. Hopefully he'll pitch a lot more effectively than he did in Game 2 in the wild card series against the Brewers. I would mention, even though the Phillies are really good, they're not nearly as athletic as the Brewers were. The Brewers stole a lot of bases. They're really the only guy that really steals any bases on that team is really Trey Turner. And he got on base early, but he's dealing with a lot of hamstring issues this year. So really, there's no running game with the Phillies. The Phillies, you basically got to keep them in the ballpark and make sure you don't put too many men on base to where they do damage. And the only damage that was done in this game was a leadoff walk a leadoff home run to Schwarber. But I would mention Senga could come back in a Game 5, if there's a Game 5, by the way. And we'll see what happens here. But the Mets right now are leading 5-1. And we'll finish this video as we get to the end of this game. So whatever the outcome is, you'll know. Now, please, of course, hit the subscribe button and like this video. I did a video, obviously, at the end of the game on Thursday. It was unbelievable. It went crazy. So many new people have come in. I welcome you. I know I haven't done a video in a few days. I wanted to sort of let that video move a little bit. And I'm going to do these kind of videos every day, as long as the Mets are in it. So that's what you're going to find on this channel. So, but we'll see how this game goes, and hopefully the good guys will finish out and win this game. But incredible at bats by the Mets in the 5th inning, which is what the hallmark of this group is. Hold on, I need a drink. Look. I do not drink alcohol here. Bit childish, I must say. Okay, Phil Maytone's pitching in the 8th inning now. Sure, the Mets made some moves in the field. They're not going to show it because the national broadcast, they do a lousy job of that stuff. So, Luis Torrens is behind the plate, by the way, for the Mets. You see the... Okay. Okay. So Bader's in center field. I'm keeping score, by the way. Marte's out of the game. Vientos is out of the game. So I guess they said Torrens is batting 7th. If there's an issue, I'll fix that. Acuna's batting 2nd in this inning and playing 2nd base. And Iglesias is now playing 3rd. The Mets' best defense is out there. And Tyrone Taylor is now in right field. They pulled Starlin Marte. Awesome game by the Mets here. Awesome 8th inning, which is what they've been doing all year. Now, they're really focusing in. Now, please, of course, subscribe and like this video. So I got my paper here. I have an actual scorecard. It's a little unorthodox than most, but it's always works. Straight 3 to Kyle Schwarber. It's a little unorthodox. I only do one half of the team. I only do one of the teams. I don't do both teams. But I do have notes here in this game. So I can sort of talk about this stuff. I mean, really the biggest thing, my concern is to finish this game up. It will be a possible inconsistent strike zone by Andy Fletcher, the home plate umpire. Zach Wheeler, I will say, he pitched 7 innings. They said it was brilliant, but the middle of this game, he was very inconsistent. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning, he got a lot of help from the umpire because his balls were all over the place. And we know from Zach being here all those years with the Mets, 6 years with the Mets, he could be very inconsistent with the strike zone. And it showed up. He hadn't pitched in quite a while because the Phillies hadn't played in over a week. So his ball was inconsistent, but he threw a lot of pitches in this game. Wheeler went 7 innings, gave 1 hit, no runs, 4 walks, Struck out 9 Mets. He had 30 swings and misses. Incredible. And he threw 111 pitches. He pitched well. Excuse me. But the reality is he got some help, in particular in the 4th inning. Pete had a 3-2 count. He got struck out on looking by Fletcher. And then on a 2-0 count against Jose Iglesias, Wheeler got a call on the inside part of the plate, which was high. And a lot of the play, StatCast say it was off the plate, and it was off the plate. And eventually, Iglesias grounded out into a double play. Iglesias did not have good at bats until the 8th inning, by the way. He's now 3 for 7, straight 3. 2 outs for Phil Maton. He's coming out pretty good now. He's throwing strikes out. He's throwing strikes here, so that's good. The one thing I was concerned about when they brought in David Pearson does not have a very good history down at Citizens Bank Park. So that was my concern. But he's a totally different pitcher than he was. He saved the game once on Thursday to finish off the Brewers. But his innings, those 3 innings, really calmed the game down. I mean, the Mets did a good job. I mean, really, other than the first run, this is a very wild crowd. I mean, I will say this: having sat there, about a month ago, they are there to the final out. So they will be there to the final out. They will think that they're in until the last out. When I was there 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, the Mets were winning 11-0, but they hit a 3-run home run, and you felt that the crowd that they were going to come back. So this is a very loyal fan base. So unless the Mets score some more runs and people start to leave, and they left. I mean, they did leave, but when the people that were still there were rooting pretty hard. Even with 2 outs, they were rooting pretty hard. Straight 2 to Bryce Harper. Harper did not have good at-bats in this game. I took note that Peterson's last batter in the game was Bryce Harper. He struck him out at the end of the 5th inning with a man on base. Here we go. Foul ball. Yeah, so really the Met offense was really one hit, and that was by Mark Vientos. But obviously Mark Vientos got the big hit in this game. This is all about Mark Vientos' game tonight, and Brandon Nimmo, and just the overall team. And like I said, this offense is very reminiscent of the Yankees' offense in the 90s, how they would just sort of grind out at bats and just wear you down. And they wore the bullpen down in the 8th inning against the Phillies. Their bullpen is not nearly as good as the Brewers' bullpen. So that's the one disadvantage the Brewers have. The Phillies have is not nearly as good. Their starting pitching is very good, but their bullpen isn't nearly as good as the Brewers' bullpen. 3-2 count to Bryce Harper or Maton. That'll be a double. Now, of course, please like this video and subscribe. I'm going to do as many of these end of the videos, reactions from a Mets fan. If you're watching, you're a Mets fan or even a baseball fan, you want to subscribe to this channel, and even when the season's over, we do plenty of stuff here. We do trades and everything else, and trades and free agent signings. Mets are going to be very busy no matter what happens, whatever the end result is. The Mets are going to build a very strong team next year. See what happens in this thing. Now Castellanos is up. Nick Castellanos is up. He's been pretty hot, they said, coming into the game, but they haven't played in a week. Ground ball. Harper's giving the stop sign. So it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. JT Realmuto's coming up. Alec Boehmer's coming up, excuse me. Very aggressive. I will say this about the broadcast. They talk a lot. Oh, God. Wainwright and Pierzynski talk a lot. Mound visit by Jeremy Hefner. Ryan Stanek is up in the bullpen for the Mets, warming up. Be interesting to see if he has to come in, if Edwin Diaz is available for the ninth inning. I would think he would be. Ayton's got to get this last out. Don't want to get this any more serious than it is. Mets had a great eighth inning. You don't want to blow it. And that's the one thing about the Phillies. They have power in this lineup, and they can hit. Albom is hitting 301 with runners in scoring position with 7 home runs and 80 RBIs. He is a beast at third and a big RBI man. And as we get further into this postseason, these games are going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. This is not going to be easy. Foul back. Mayton's throwing 20 pitches in this inning. We'll see if this might be his last batter. If no matter, he might be his last batter no matter what. Now, please, of course, like this video and subscribe. Here we go. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Cutter do my kind of away from him on the corner of the left side of the plate. Here's the pitch. Oh, foul ball. Must have been another cutter on that ball. 1-2. So the Mets had 5 hits in that fifth inning. Had really good at bats. So we'll see how it happens in this inning though. Fouled it off. That was a ball. Should have taken that pitch. Bones being very aggressive in this at bat. Hold on, I need a drink. Here's the pitch. Check swing. No swing. Now he didn't swing. It's now 1-2. Into Alec Bohm. So, of course, again, hit the subscribe button. I'm not going to go live. I don't think this is necessary. I like doing these things, sort of plan it out. There we go. Ground ball. The third base. 3 outs. Very good. Nice play. Nice play by Jose Iglesias. Big difference when you have him playing third and you have Mark Vientos at third. You got a guy who's got great hands and he's a Gold Glove winner. Very good player. He's had very good at bats this season, but he's not looked. He looked great tonight, but he looked great in the 8th inning. He had that long at bat to move the runners along and move Brandon Nimmo over in the 5th inning. But Mets have had 6 hits in this game, 5 of them that were in the 8th inning. The big hits in the 8th inning was the RBI double by Mark Vientos that brought in Bader, who was pinch running for, like I said, Francisco Alvarez. And then the big hit by Brandon Nimmo. And they absolutely hate Brandon. I guess when you beat your head in all the time, when a player beats you up pretty good, you're going to get booed pretty good. That was the one surprise I had when I went down to Citizens Bank Park was how much they booed him. He's like the nicest guy in the club. And I would say this, I'd like to send my prayers out to him and his family. Lost his grandmother on Thursday and learned about it an hour before the game on Thursday. So, and nobody knew about it. I don't think his teammates knew about it. So that's tough. That's tough. But yeah, they boo him pretty good. And then Pete had a pretty good at bat. All the at bats that led up to runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 at bats. Scored 4 of the runs in that inning. With these guys all being behind in the count. So it tells you how conscientious they've been with their bats. And like they said during the broadcast, it was like this weight lifted off of them once Wheeler was out of the game. The Mets kept the game close and they jumped on the bullpen. And like I said, this bullpen is not nearly as good as the Brewers bullpen. That bullpen is good. This bullpen can be very shaky at times, which is pretty much like everybody else. Like everybody else's bullpen. And they don't really have a closer like they do in Milwaukee. But I will mention Milwaukee did lose because their closer blew it. I understand that John Boyd did this whole thing with the he was tipping his pitches. I don't know. But Pete had a good at bat. I don't think that should be taking away the quality of bat that he had. He did a good job. So even if he was tipping pitches, I didn't know Pete could do that. But anyway, coming up for the Mets will be Luis Torrens, Tyrone Taylor, and Harrison Bader. This will be Harrison Bader's first at bat. Torrens' first at bat. They came in for defensive purposes. Bader came in for to run for Alvarez. He scored the tying run in that 8th inning. There we go. Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna screw up here. Sorry, folks. I'm a little messed up here. All right. Let's see a minute. Correction. Harrison Bader's leading off. I forgot they hit around in the inning. Harrison Bader's up. Harrison Bader's going to have a big hit in this postseason. I'm going to make that prediction. He's going to have a big hit in this postseason. I just got that feeling. Like, I know he's struggled the last month or so. And more than that. And his at-bats have been kind of, not great. But I feel like he's going to have a big at-bat before this run is done. I'm going to make that prediction. Late in the game, base hit, maybe a great play in the outfield, but he's gonna contribute. There's a single center field. Yeah. And he's been coming off the bench because Tyrone Taylor's been great. Now man on first, nobody out. I mean, the way the Mets have attacked the Phillies in this 8th inning, is basically how they've attacked pretty much everybody for the most part, except for the home run on Thursday, with Pete hitting that home run. On 1 count on Francisco Lindor, check swing on a ball up and in. Foul back, 0-2. Lindor had a key at bat again, getting on base. He had a long at bat. He was down in the count 0-2, and he got the bat to 3-2 in that 5th inning. He was a long at bat too. It was a really great at bat against Hoffman, the reliever. Strike 3. Lindor strikes out. It's a bad at bat. See who's up next. Again, please, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. And please, of course, share the video. I don't think I told anybody that. Share the video. Okay? The more you share it, the more people get a chance to see it. Now, Luis Angel Acuna is going to be up at the plate. Strike 1. Acuna came in for defense in the first series, but he didn't get an at-bat. This is his first at-bat. He played really well the last 2 weeks of the season when the Mets had him filling in for Lindor. It'll be interesting to see if he gets any starts here. I would doubt it. Very impressive. Very impressive at bats. 0-2. Fouled it off. Now, of course, please hit the like button. Here's the pitch to Acuna. It's the younger brother of Ron Acuna Jr. Throw the first. I wonder if Bader will be. I wonder if they'll have Bader stealing in this spot. I don't know about do that. Up and in. Ball 1, 1-2 to Acuna. But really, if you want to look at the guys that really did a great job, you can't forget about how great the bullpen's been. And aside from one pitch to Sanger, the Mets have pitched really well in this game tonight. Ball 2, he's going to steal second. He's out. No, he's safe. You called him safe. Hold him safe. Let's see. And second base and Stout dropped the ball. Didn't have it. Let's see. Yep. Didn't have control of it. Yeah, didn't have control of it. Didn't have control. He is safe. Stolen base. 2-2, man on second now. Strike three. I was wondering when the Mets are going to start stealing some bases in this series. They weren't getting on too much. I thought the Lindor was going to steal when he got his first walk earlier in the game, but he didn't run. I thought Winker was going to get a stolen base in the middle of the game after he had the second walk with Starling Marte up. Now Brandon Nimmo's up again. Very aggressive on the first pitch. Inside, ball one. They never had control of the ball. You got to have control of the ball. He's like juggling the umpire. Yeah! Another hit. Wow. Went right through Stott. Yeah. Nice. I would mention, if you're watching and you're a fan of Ethan Van Sciver, he told me that's his favorite player. Well, he really blew this inning. I mean, really, him dropping that ball brought in another run for the Mets. Now, Mets are now winning 6-1. They are not nearly as good of a defensive team also as the Brewers. The Brewers were a very good defensive team. This team is not nearly as good. They got an outfielder playing first in Bryce Harper, and he's been okay there. Trey Turner's okay at shortstop. Alec Bohm 2 years ago played terrible defensively. Their strength defensively is in their outfield, although they have Castellanos in right field, and he's not a very good outfielder at all. And Schwarber was so bad they DH. Pete is up now with a 1-1 count. Wow. He just said that all the hits the Mets have are singles. I thought that Vientos got a double in that 8th inning. So Mets now win 6-1. Wow. Great job. This is a 5-game series, so just because the Mets win this game, although this is really the key game, you win game one, you always have a chance to win the series. Ryan Stanek is warming up in the bullpen. I would think with the 5-run lead, he's going to be closing this game out. Very good postseason pitcher. Ball 2, 2-2. But this is a 5-game series, and so, but you want to win game one. It's very important. Got a good chance to win the series if you do that. Mets won game one in the last series. Fouled it off. 2-2, 2 outs with Pete up with man on first. With Brandon Nimmo on first. I never thought of Brandon Nimmo as a star, but he's a star. Pat Murphy said that he was a star. The manager of the fly ball to center field. Rojas makes the play. Another run by the Mets in the 9th inning. So now, please, of course, subscribe. I hope you're enjoying these kind of videos. I'm enjoying doing them. I'll keep doing these during the end of these games, no matter what happens. So if this game ends in a disaster, in the 9th inning, I'll do it to the end. And we'll be back again tomorrow, do another video for you. I'd rather do these videos for you. That way you can just sit there and watch and you see my actual reaction, rather than sort of this contrived stuff where you just turn the camera on. I don't like that. So, but if you watched the last video, you saw how happy I was the way the Mets won with that Pete Alonso home run. Probably one of the biggest home runs in the history of this ball club. One of the biggest home runs in the history of really postseason play for the Mets. The Mets were like down for the count. I mean, they were down for the count. If they lost that game, obviously we'd have a different tune. Not only about the ball club, but about him in particular. And that is a legacy building kind of game, the building block game for Pete. Pete's 0 for 4 in the game, but he had a big at bat in that 8th inning. So even though, I would mention, he's played really well defensively over the last 2 months. He's saved a lot of runs, a lot of errors on the Met infielders. He saved a lot of runs, a lot of bad throws on Thursday by Francisco Lindor, who honestly still dealing with this back issue, and he's had a bit of a problem like following through on balls and getting some real leverage on his throws. But his range has been excellent. I would mention he's been very good, but Pete has really saved a lot of errors at first base. So he's very good at scooping. He scoops more than the ice cream man, to be honest with you. Again, please subscribe. Just get to the 9th inning here, and we'll get the hell out of here. We'll be back here tomorrow. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday, back here on Wednesday. Hopefully not. And we'll be here Friday if necessary. And Thursday, Wednesday if necessary. Again, tomorrow the Mets will be on at 4 o'clock. 4:08. I got home just a little bit late for the first. I got here in the first inning. So I'm able to watch the entirety of this game, and I'm happy to say that's doing us good. And they have been a miracle club. So they've been calling the last couple of days. We don't even know the Yankees are playing. Yankees are playing? I don't even know. Does it matter? It doesn't matter if the Yankees are playing. So let me get myself together here. Now, please, of course, like this video and hit the subscribe button. I am keeping score so you know. Ryan Stanek is coming in to pitch for the 9th inning. He closed out the game in Game 1 in the wild card round against Milwaukee. Strike 1. Little windy down there. It's very beautiful weather here up in the Northeast, by the way. Well, it's beautiful in New York, beautiful in Philadelphia. Not so beautiful if the Phillies lose, I would guess. Foul ball, 0-2. 99-mile-per-hour fastball. That guy throws gas, doesn't he? And, of course, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. Be back again tomorrow night. Then that game, no matter what the result is. Here's the pitch. Outside. Split it, didn't do much. Sort of up. Better get split. See. Here's the pitch. Up and up. 98 mile per hour. 2-2. Stout is up. He made a terrible. Couldn't get the handle on the ball in the 8th inning. The Mets were able to get another run in there from Brandon Nimmo. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 out. 1 out. 1 out. I mean, every Met player is doing just a little bit to win. They're not going beyond themselves. They were trying really hard. They were putting good at-bats together in the middle in this game. But foul back. You move those up. But a little bit here, a little bit in pieces, and they're doing a good job here in this scheme. So, but the 8th inning obviously was the key inning. They put every at-bat was great in the 8th inning. But the at-bats in the whole game, like I said, was very good. Strike 2. Slider, 89 miles per hour to Santa Realmuto. 0-2 count. 1 out. Okay, and please hit the subscribe button. I'll be back again tomorrow. And, of course, if you like this stuff and you just want to watch it, just enjoy it. Mets fan watching his favorite team, America's team. America's team. And I would mention, baseball didn't like the fact that the Mets were in the postseason. That's why they got this 4 o'clock time. But I'm cool with that. So I can do a video for you, and you folks can watch it. And balls inside, 2-2. What's good about this, you don't have to sit through a dreary live stream. But they're basically saying the same stuff, but I'm more entertaining, more genuine. The bullpen for the Phillies pitched 2 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Mets bullpen 6 in the third, 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. There you go. There you go. That's the difference between the Mets and the Phillies. Right now, anyway, 3-2, way outside. Where's Bob Uecker? Oh, yeah, Bob Uecker went back to the nursing home. Was being the front row. I wonder if he says that when they put him in the rec room. Imagine that. That would be a great commercial, wouldn't it? Please hit the subscribe button. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball one, walk. Man on first. You should see if the Mets Pete plays behind him. Brandon Marsh is up. That guy is gross looking. I'm sorry. He's gross. He needs to wash his hair, cut his hair, shave the beard. God. Duck Dynasty, so 2010. Swing and a miss. Damn. Okay. All right, so the pitching matchups for tomorrow, Luis Severino will be going for the Mets. And he pitched a very professional game against the Brewers on Tuesday. And Christopher Sanchez, the lefty, will be pitching tomorrow. That means J.D. Martinez will be in the lineup tomorrow, and he had a good at bat in that eighth inning as well. Here's the pitch, a 1-1 pitch to Marsh. Strike two. 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Well, Sanchez is 11-9, if not sure. 3.32 ERA. Essentially, they just flipped off. It just did very much the same numbers. Same whip, same amount of strikeouts. Fly ball to center field. Harrison Bader's back. Caught. 2 outs. 2 outs. 2 outs. 2 outs. I'll tell you, the Mets have played so well this past week. It's unbelievable. Starting on Sunday, the only day I didn't feel good, literally the 2 days I didn't feel good about this club so far this week was on Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I didn't think they were going to win, and they did, and they lost late on those home runs that Maton gave up. And then obviously on Thursday, I was like, I don't think they're going to pull this off. But I also, said, oh, look at this, Corey Clemens is up. His father's an asshole. Real dirtbag. Roger Clemens. Now, if you're a Met fan, you understand why. People are like, why are you being nasty about Roger Clemens' kid? Well, I don't like his father. Almost killed Mike Piazza. That's because Mike Piazza is his daddy. Roger Clemens is Corey Clemens is Roger Clemens is Corey Clemens' daddy, but Mike Piazza was Roger Clemens' daddy, by the way. And he had to hit him and then throw a nasty bat at him to get him out. Just dealing with roid rage, I guess. Didn't know he took steroids. That's probably why he hit him in the head that night. Second game of the doubleheader. And then throw that bat in the World Series. Why would he think that was the ball? Why is he throwing the bat? Why is he throwing the ball on the ground like that? Because he knew it was the bat. He just had to go through roid rage. He's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth inning. That's a 1 out away from taking a 1-0 lead in this 5-game series. Out of the back. Stanek is on 20 pitches. It'll be interesting to see what his availability will be for tomorrow. I would think that NLDS if the Mets have the lead late. If he's available, he'll be definitely available tomorrow. He's probably available today. But he needs some rest. Do a lot of pitches. Fouled it back. Yeah, I mean, the Mets took this crowd out. This crowd, like I said, they're very supportive. They're very different than the Mets crowd. They're very supportive to the bitter end. And they were all jacked up early in this game. So that 8th inning. Popped it up. Fouled off. But they were very jacked up in this game. And the Mets basically just ripped the hearts right out of the Phillies and their fans in the 8th inning. That's what the Mets have been doing. Scary how good they've been. Scary. Never thought this day would ever come again. Didn't think this would come again. Here's the pitch. Clemens. Ball 3. 2 count. Yeah, I didn't think the Mets had it in them again to be like this again. Tough out late in the game. Be able to sort of Be very difficult to deal with to get the final out on. It's been a long time since they've been like this. Very long time. Now, of course, please subscribe. So, base hit down the line. They saw Corey? Cody, what the hell? Its name starts with a K. So weird. Yeah, so it's now 6-2. 6-2. Stanek has now pitched 20. Has now thrown 24 pitches. I wonder how much longer he's going to be in this game. If they get another runner on, I wonder if that's some. I would think that Diaz is probably going to get warmed up now. I would get him warmed up right now. I wouldn't wait too much longer now. Get Diaz up in the ninth inning. Mount visit Jeremy Hefner's out there. Everybody's covering their faces. All right, this is what we're going to do, folks. This is what we're going to do, guys. Edwin Diaz is warming up. We really don't want to have him pitch. We really don't want him pitching. But let's get this final out so we can go back to the hotel. Now, Kyle Schwarber's up. It would be nice if you got the final out here, Ryan. And hopefully, we can leave Edwin out there for tomorrow. And then we'll have Monday off. We'll have Monday off, and then we can have Edwin come in the ninth inning and have the Timmy Trumpet and the lights blasting around 7 o'clock. Okay. All right. Now, please, of course, subscribe. Bunting. What's he bunting for? Fouled it off. 1 strike. I would think this would be Stanek's last batter. Edwin Diaz warms up very quickly. If he comes in and walks him or gets on base, it'll be 6-3 with the tying run up on deck. So it'll be a safe situation for Edwin. Ball 2, outside. 25 pitches for Stanek. He's a very good postseason pitcher, as is Maton, but Maton obviously didn't pitch well his last time out. And Stanek has been pretty good, but we'll see. Let's get through this last out. Time is taken by Schwarber. Trying to mess up the rhythm of Stanek. So Schwarber's hit 250, 39 home runs. Wow. 105 RBIs. Wow. He's a beast. I was hoping the Mets could have signed him going into the 22 season. They thought they could have used another bat. I turned out to be right. Straight. Well, where was that pitch? Where was that pitch, umpire? And again, Andy Fletcher, this is a key pitch right here because that looked like a strike, and it's been a strike. Very inconsistent strike zone. I think we've known that since the 3rd inning, 4th inning. Popped him up! Ooh, that's a long pop-up. Yeah, 3 outs. Yes. Mets win 6-2. 6-2 in this game. Met bullpen, other than the run in the 9th inning, pitched really great. Their team to win back-to-back playoff games after trailing the 8th inning on later. The 1999 Mets and the 1980 Phillies. Boy, that 1990 team, boy. The 1999 team, boy. That was a great team, folks. That might be the second greatest team that did not win a World Series with the Mets. And, the other one being the 1985 Mets. Because that was a great team, too. But boy, oh boy, that's a great stat. Great stat. I will say this. I was getting very nervous when they dragged out Kevin Burkhardt. He's a cold stone jinx. And I know he's going to be covering the World Series. And that makes me very nervous if the Mets get back there. But, so the Mets won 6-2. Reed Garrett got the win in this game. Ryan Stanek got the final out. The big hits in this came in the 8th inning. The Mets only have 1 hit against Zach Wheeler, and they got 5 hits in that 8th inning, culminating on the tying a single or a double by Mark Vientos, the RBI single by Brandon Nimmo, the RBI sacrifice fly by Pete Alonso, the RBI single by JD Martinez. This was a great 8th inning by the Mets. And it was such a wonderful game to watch, and if you watched it, because if you're a Met fan and you've seen this team now the last week, and really over the season, they don't give up at bats. They work very hard, and like I said earlier, when I started doing this video, covering the last 2 innings, last 3 half innings, last 4 half innings, this is very much what the Yankees did in the 90s, how they would grind out at bats and nobody was getting beyond themselves. They're just moving the line along. And there's nothing worse than the slow bleed of a long inning, because then what happens is it basically crushes the crowd, it suffocates the crowd, it puts the defense on its heels, and you have this situation where it's just grinding it out. It's just just pushing the opponent down into the ground, slowly but surely. It's almost like a boa constrictor. It has its prey and it's slowly squeezing the life out of it. And that's what the Mets did in that 8th inning, and then they got the extra run in the 9th inning. But the Met pitching was really good. They gave up 2 runs, one in the 1st inning, the home run to Schwarber. They didn't give up anything until the 9th inning with 2 outs. And that's really a meaningless at bat. And they won the game. Just a wonderful job, and continue to do this and continue this role. And of course, I want to thank you for coming by. I'm going to end the video here now. I want to thank you for coming by. Hit the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe. We had a lot of fun here. This is a lot of fun. Winning and playoff baseball is wonderful and great. And to see our Mets in there for the 11th time ever is even better. So thank you for watching. Have a good night. Be back tomorrow, and I'll see you later.